Welcome to Lavel Claytor's Projects with a Purpose. We're on Excel 2. We're going to go over the differences between flash fill, concatenate, and combine cells. Let's get started. Hello everyone. I wanted to go over a couple of different ways to combine two cells of information inside of one cell. So the first one is called flash fill. So when you look at this, let me make it a little bit bigger and move it over just a little bit. So column A has the first name and column B has the last name. But what I want to do is take the first and last name and put it into cell C4. Now, one of the ways to do that is just to type the names the way you want them to show up. So Bonnie space Smith. And then what I usually do, I'll click back into the cell and then I'll go to my data tab. And then over here to the right to my data tools group and click flash fill. So what it's going to do, it's going to do the process over again and fill the information down. Now what I want to do is go over the benefits of doing it this way and why you may not want to do it this way. Now if you're just extracting the data from these two cells and you don't need them anymore, then this is a good idea. However, if I go to change A4 and I type my first name, see how it doesn't affect this cell? So right now in column C, this is just data. None of it is connected to column A or B. So let me do an undo. And so what I want to do is show you another way that you can do this. And I'm going to show you one way of doing it and then how you're going to have to add a space so that you can have a space between the first and last name. So inside of D4, we're going to do our equal sign and I'm going to start to type the word concatenate. You will see the full word concatenate here in this little warning sign. I do believe that they are phasing this out and this will take it over. So if I do concatenate, this is what I've been using most often. And then what I did was just double clicked on it and I just want to make sure that the formula starts properly. So the next piece that they want is what is the text? What's the first text? So what I'm going to do, I'm going to click inside of A4. Now, once I click in A4, I have to put my comma there just to let the formula know that I'm done with that first part. And if you notice, if you look right here, see how this word is a little bit darker than the first one? It wants to know what is the next text that you would like to add to the formula. So I'm going to click inside of B4. And these are the two words that I want to be merged together in one cell. So I'm going to do Shift 0. So whenever you have one open parenthesis, you have to have one closed parenthesis. Now when I press my Enter key, see what it does? It puts the first and last name, but it does not put the space. I'm going to click inside of D4 and I'm going to use my fill handle and double click and it will look over and bring that information over here to column D. Now, actually what I want to do is I'm going to use the concatenate feature, but I want to put a space in between so that the first and the last name has a space. So of course you want to start with your equal sign. So I'm in E4. I'm going to put my equal sign concat and I'm just going to choose the first option. And so it wants to know what is the first string. I'm going to click inside of A4. I'm going to put a comma. Now, whenever you want to put a space in between, you want to put a quotation mark, space, quotation mark, and then comma, because that is the next text that you want. And since we're not clicking on a blank cell, what we want to do is tell it that we want a space between the first cell and the next cell. So now the next cell is B4. And I'm going to do Shift 0 to be able to add the close parenthesis. And now you see that you have the first and last name with a space. And I'm just going to double click on the fill handle. And if you're not sure what the fill handle is, let me make this a little bit bigger and just move over just a little bit. So the fill handle is this little square on the bottom right side of the active cell. I'm just going to double click. And then now it brings all that information down. Now, the last one that I want to do is, if you don't remember the formula or the function concatenate or concat, what you can do is do a cell plus a cell. Okay, so now we're in F4, and what we want to do is join the cells together without using the concat or concatenate. So all we're going to do is our equal sign, and then what we want to do is click on A4, and then we need our ampersand, which is above the 7 on your keyboard. Then what we want to do is put our quotation mark, space, quotation mark, and then the ampersand again. And then what is the, then we're going to click on B4. I'm going to press my enter key and then see how it gives you the first and last name. All I'm going to do is click back inside of the cell. I'm going to double click on the fill handle. And then now we have this. Now, the great thing is that it did bring the information over. So whether we did it the way we did in column C or the way we did in column E or F, here's the problem that you're going to have. If I were to go and delete A and B, I'm going to select those columns, right click, press delete. See how I lose all my information? But when we did the flash fill, it kept everything, right? Let me do an undo. So column, let me make sure this is the one I want, column. So column D, E, and F are referencing column A and B. So if I were to change A4 to be Lavel and I tab, see how it changes it on all of these? And if I were to do Claytor, as soon as I learn how to type my name, press my enter key, see how these update and this one does not. Now, once you have used concatenate, or if you did just cell referencing, if you don't need these two columns again, what you can do is, say for, I'll just do this one. I'm going to select E4 through E15. I don't need it to reference this anymore. So what I'm going to do is select this. I'm going to copy it. I'm going to paste it as text. So with it selected, I'm going to go to my home tab and my clipboard group, and I'm going to copy it. Now what I want to do is, I'm still in my home tab and my clipboard group. I'm going to click the down arrow for paste. And what I want to do is paste the values. Now, like I said, that you would only do this if you're not changing anything. So if I go into A4 and I type Bonnie again, now see how this does not change. I just wanted to show you that there are different ways of doing this, and there are some advantages to doing it as a flash fill, and then there are also some advantages of actually either doing concatenate or concat, or actually doing cell and cell. I hope you found this content useful. If so, please share. Also, if you are interested in any type of Microsoft Office training, please feel free to reach out. In the meantime, have an amazing day.